What the beast of the earth. They are fighting. While the beasts of the earth still feed off the.
Let me show you something.
We can get burly remarks and dots. You can't stay the king of the parking lot. I don't stay scared if you bark a lot. Spend too much time around parks and shots at the park in the dark with the heads hang low and the primo smoke to wash out your clothes and the weed don't smoke. That failed your test violation, probation. The case can't rest. Violation of the nation face down in this mess. Corporation motivation with the police confess. Manufacturing the product of criminals. They don't try to hide it subliminal. The products in the pocket of the prison holes, and we are the product. They sell back our souls. We earn the profits and hell as it goes. We are a populace who fell to the ghosts and the profits of prison unlocked. War on drugs is driving the stock. Said the war on drugs, this was driving the stock.
Let's go.
Let me show you something.
Don't leave me.
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 The earth still feed on the poor. Some teachers and preachers are keepers of love, while the beasts of the earth still feed off the blood. Some teachers and preachers are keepers of love, while the beasts of the earth still trample the blood. In prison projects, fill prison pockets, till the prison projects, the prison pockets, the light and the might, bring a sight to the blind, spit love in the mud, clean your eyes in the shrine. Power to the people, screaming fuck all the lies, cause the prison to the sequel is a fucking hate crime. Sisters of the earth band together to the lies, and the truth sets us free. You are cleansing their eyes, bring wars and greed men, fight wars for greedy men, the poor still bleeding in, the war of beating men, important priests and sin, religion buried in, the blood is deepening, the love is creeping in. Divorce and the force is the course that we're married in. Choose to refuse, see the tombs of the buried men, views they confuse while they choose what they carry and proves that the truth is the shit win.
Boom. It jumped in on its own. It is that good of a track. Great evening, guys. Happy hump day. Happy Waxy Wednesday. Welcome to another MK podcast. I am your host, Michael Kamp. And over there, I did it. Oh, I pushed it too far. There's Canna Cara. Creator Sesh Pass. Big Fat Delicious. How's your day been?
Long.
Oh, come on. You can't be yawning like that.
No, I know you've been up longer than I
Look
have.
at how small my eyes are. I hardly have eyes.
I know, and you're smoking. I'm about ready to have some hot cocoa and smoke myself.
I did not realize my eye. I mean, I've been smoking I've been up since about 5 o'clock. Went to bed at 3:30, almost 4.
I've had probably like 600 milligrams of edibles this afternoon, though.
Is this Ryan? Ryan, is this you, man? Oh, Facebook does this. It could be new people. You got to allow StreamYard to see who you are so we can see who you are. Outside of that, it just says Facebook user. But it's what's growing on, so it is Munchies. What's up, Munchies? Yep, high times. Perfect. You got your passport? Because the way things are going, Munchies, you're going to be down here in September in Mocana Cup physical event. Just letting you know that. It is unfortunate though. Growers in Mocana Cup, the specimen they picked was a male. There was quite a few males, but that does happen with regular plants, and without males, you can't make more seeds. So,
Sure.
Oh, it is. I got one, the short, stumpy one that someone asked what I did to keep it down, and it just stayed down. It's like half the size of the other. It appears that neither the one that is shorter is a male, and it's a bushy ass stinky one, and those are just the way we like them, right? And I'm gonna be breeding that shit in. Can't hear me.
I can hear you.
I can turn this up. Oh, here, what I can do, I do have the air conditioner running because it was like 70 today or some shit. Fucking ridiculous. So what we can do is I'm gonna go ahead and put up the giveaway picker, right? As long as StreamYard picker thing will work with me here. And I want to get that up, and then I will go turn off the air conditioner. And you may be able to hear me more. You may
sound
not.
fine.
What's that?
I checked. You sound fine.
All right. Munchie, turn the hearing aid up. I don't know if you have a hearing aid, and hearing problems are nothing to laugh at. And none of our sponsors support and believe of any of our belief systems.
Oh God.
Oh, Munchie. We're gonna have to get good with these disclaimers, man. We can't release everything that's happening. But Munchie, all I can say, do you have a passport? If not, if you need one to get into the States, I can't come to Canada, so I'm not worried if I need a passport or not, because if I do make it across, I won't make it back because of my DUI shit with being an alcoholic back in the day. It rides with you forever.
Womp womp.
Womp, womp, womp. So, but when we get our Learjet, we'll be able to fly out there privately. But you need to get your stuff together because from the looks of it, you'll be in Missouri in September. If you want to be. That's if you want to be. All right. I need to go to the fucking, what is it? We're on StreamYard. StreamYard giveaways. Boom. All right, let's see if this is working today. It was fucking with me the other day. See, it says there's nothing there. So I wonder through the sponsorship that we have, we don't have the giveaways on it. 12-hour content, this, that, or the other. It's not doing anything, Queen. Oh, well, that's what happens sometimes. Yeah, it's still saying I need to upgrade, but we can't upgrade. We can't upgrade. We're already at the.
I can't pull. Already pulled over.
I'm already pulled over. I can't pull over anymore.
I don't know what we're gonna do.
Draco Leopard Gang. He's an oil slinging badass. Oh, we got him with the shout out. Canna Queen, before we bring Draco Leopard Gang up here, man, Jeremy, what are you smoking on? It's almost 7:10. You dabbing? I'm having. You got a joint?
I will, at some point, have a joint.
No, so that is a joint. You're not going to be dabbing tonight.
I might dab at some point.
But just not
Do a
necessarily
dab.
at the 7:10. Got it.
I'm having hot cocoa right now, so that's my first order of
Is it
priority.
infused hot cocoa?
I don't think so. I think I've already had a lot of edibles. I've had like 600 milligrams of edibles this afternoon.
Now, when you infuse your hot cocoa, what do you use?
Chocolates or caramels. And then I just put them in the cup and melt them down into the hot cocoa mixture or the coffee.
Gotcha. Do you have can of sugar?
Not right
Yeah, that's
now,
a really-
no, but we
that's a
have
really-
had
is
can of
that a
sugar
really
in the past.
effective way to take edibles? Is the can of sugar?
Can of sugar?
I mean, other than it's sugar and it's not good for you.
Yeah, it's effective. It's just it's not my personal preference for edibles because it's fast acting, yes, and it hits pretty hard, but it only lasts for like a short period of time because it's like a sugar rush. You know, it's kind of like you get a
Yeah, that
sugar
makes
rush and then it
sense.
goes away.
Well, I mean, you're still doing the same way though with caramels and chocolates, but I could
Yeah.
see it's the sugars might breaks down faster because it's like mainlining it, but through
It is
sugar.
more like mainlining the sugar. Yeah.
Got it. No, that does make sense. So, anything new with you before we bring Draco up? Any new announcements? Anything new?
can't think of anything to say right now. So come back to me
All
later.
right. Well, you know me. I always make sure.
Yeah.
There's always things going on with the multiple paths that we travel. So, well, without further ado, you guys, I'm going to bring up our guest for the day while rolling a joint. They can multitask this. I just got to get it tight right there, and boom, we're good. I'm going to go ahead and bring up Jeremy from Draco Leopard Gang. Jeremy, how are you, man?
I'm doing all right. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you all right. Karen Queen, can you hear him all right?
Yep. Hey
Did
there.
you see that Draco Leopard up above your head, Cannon Queen? Don't worry, it's just the logo. It won't hurt you.
Yes.
But
They're already among us, brother.
they're among us. So you guys, me and Cannon Queen met the Draco Leopard Gang here. And what you're going to get to experience on Friday. So our Fired Up Fridays, we are going to be we'll be having a stream, but the stream will be streaming a space. So you don't have to get a Twitter account if you haven't got one, and you're going to get to experience what happens in a Twitter space on a multi-collab thing, and maybe it'll encourage listeners that do not have Twitter that you can't win NFTs. And like this man down here giving away, you're giving away $100. We'll get to that. But giving away ETH, giving away money, giving away value in just what we audiate to each other and teach each other along the way and all that. But also in, fiscal ways of NFTs and crypto, which can be converted as cash and spent as money. So it's just, it doesn't make sense not to have a crypto wallet. If you're concerned, let us know in the comments, and we'll bring back on some of our onboarders, and they always have amazing updates in what they're doing. At least these devs that will get out of the basements and garages and nowadays, right? Like it's like the greatest umbrella story, Cinderella story of they're in their mom's basement, right? And then they have a multi-million-dollar house, and not just because they blew money on it. It's because they can afford it.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's crazy what crypto can do. And
got 18-year-olds flying around in private jets nowadays because of it.
It's nuts, right? And people think it's a joke, and there's a fear level. And man, with at least here in Missouri and the listeners here, and even a lot of you guys are in Mocana Cup or have been following Mocana Cup, and then getting immersed into these other facets of the social world, but more so the universe in which we live. Draco, September Mocana Cup physical event is on. Dates to be determined, and it is at a massive facility here in Missouri that will be announced soon. The actual title, sponsor name, and all that fun stuff's being batted around. You know how that goes when you get all the big dogs together and it goes legal, and they've got the property and a river walk, and yes. So we're looking at merging Seattle Hemp Fest into Missouri for an event that is virtual and augmented, and all the bells and whistles on a level that most people just heard me speaking French, right?
So September, man, we should be in pretty good shape around September. So it should be hopefully out of this oil field by then too.
Is this one of your guys here, JYD757? It looked new. I seen the Draco Leopard. I'm gonna presume this is one of your community.
Yeah, he's one of the OGs.
Oh shit.
Yes, sir.
I too am an OG, just not a holder of a Draco Leopard yet.
They're a little expensive right now.
No, they're not expensive. They hold value on a level of what you've done with it, and that's where marketing and community building and being true and honest and transparent and all those fucking things that have to exist for it to succeed in a level for the community aspect that it's built for. You're not a fucking rug. That's why.
Absolutely.
Right? It's not full of shit. Even though you guys we got 5 minutes and counting. I don't have a clicker yet until 4 minutes, until 4:20, and we're going to go ahead and get that Draco, get something rolled up, smoking and ready. Because when he starts talking on, do you want me to give him a little view of this, the website before you?
Yeah,
jump
you can.
in?
And I figure tonight, I'll tell a little bit of the storyline the best that I can. Pete's way better at it because he wrote it, but not really go into the Draco Leopard mint too much because it's later down the road. But what we got coming up, the Shemai crystals, we can talk about that.
Absolutely. Yeah, start with the story. I mean, it's where it got me on a level. I love cannabis, and my mind is always working. So when it comes into individuals with a storyline that connects conspiracy with Nephilim, with religion, with like just so, I'm really interested to see how many layers of these stupid, crazy books I've read. When you had time to read.
I'm not too much of a reader.
I mean, you didn't have much more to do than read. If yeah, but anywho, and yeah, because just the way you told, because where the first time I heard the story was from you, and then Steve, you could tell it's from the books his dream pads, man. Like it's amazing. But I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourself, who the Draco Leopards is, and I can go ahead and minimize us and throw website on as well at the same time. So
yeah, not a problem. Well, I am Jeremy. For those of you that don't know, a few of you met me before. I'm the project manager and co-creator of the Draco Leopard Gang. And I'm sitting at work on a drilling rig. So that's why I look the way I do and why it looks like an office, because it is my office here on the drilling rig. So one of these days, I'll be out of the oil field. But for now, I got to do oil field and Web3 at the same time. So, but yeah, we have if you go to the website, which he's got up, you can read the roadmap for the actual Draco Leopards, the 10K that we're going to do probably March, April timeframe, which is what all this is based on, their storyline, which Pete wrote, like you said, from dream journals. He started keeping dream journals when he was a kid. And he's always been an artist and a writer. He actually won a couple of contests with Wizard Guide to Comics back in the day and got to do some pieces for Marvel and Wizard Guide to Comics. But he wrote an amazing storyline. And when, I met Steve first through kind of this Web3, and we hit it off and got to talking. He's a businessman and an artist, and, I knew crypto, and we're like, hey man, let's do a project and give people the stuff that they're constantly asking for in these spaces that we go in for other projects and stuff. So let's do one for the community. And he brought a friend of his that he went to school with, Pete, in, and we just all kind of hit it off. And we kind of told Pete what our idea was. We all came up with combining, an animal from reality, leopards, and an animal from fantasy, dragons, into one species to have our own unique species, instead of having, there's a lot of cats and dogs and monkeys and aliens and all those kinds of things as NFTs. So we wanted something unique. And he was like, man, I've got a great storyline that he had been writing since he was a kid. And it just fit perfectly. And I'll go into that storyline here in a second, but we really wanted to build something that, like I said, we sit in a lot of spaces and we were part of projects and all those things. And we always heard the community, man, if we could find a project that does this or something that was successful, this is an amazing part of this project. I wish all projects had it, things like that. And we wanted to give everybody those things, but also the artwork and the storyline. And of course, a lot of folks know we're going to be doing an animated series. We've already made multiple connections, a couple of studios. I know JYD's in here. The studio that he knows real well, we've had some pretty significant conversations with them about producing the animation. And where the animation's real big, it drives the IP, of course, but because everybody's going to have their IP. But it also gives an opportunity for community members that hold a Draco Leopard to voice act and be part of the comic and the storyline. So as far as, storyline goes, Draco Leopards, like I said, they're their own unique species. Their actual name is, like cats have their common name, which is cat, but there's different species of cats. So, humans call Nordovians Draco leopards because of what they look like. They're actually Nordovians. They're from a planet called Dova Prime. Their planet was actually pretty much wiped out. They're much older than humanity, several million years older than humanity themselves. And their planet was wiped out by an infestation, a disease called the hermaphase virus. There's also, as a direct result, a species, the bad guy in our storyline, or one of the bad guys in our storyline, called the hermaphites, that they're constantly fighting. The Draco leopards are. The Draco leopards are nomadic warriors. They're interdimensional travelers. They can travel through time, space. They can do it in an instant. They don't have to have spaceships and things like that. The hermaphites can also travel through time and space, but they have to use technology to do so. Whereas Draco leopards, their body will actually do it. And they can actually, depending on the age of the Draco leopard and how many Draco leopards are involved, they can shift entire matter, whether it be a planet, a universe, whatever it is, to another dimension or another time, depending on how strong their power is because of their age. But they're chasing these hermaphites because the hermaphites, as Pete describes them, are kind of like a carnivorous locust hive mentality. And the reason that no one's ever heard of hermaphites, even though hermaphites and Draco leopards have visited Earth since the beginning of humanity and before, nobody's heard of hermaphites because hermaphites, when they come in contact with a new dimension or species, they wipe it out completely. And that's kind of why the Draco leopards are like, why in the heck they keep coming back to Earth, but they haven't wiped us out. Well, come to find out, when the Dracos were trying to cure
I gotta ask,
what's
man,
up? What's up, brother?
What do you guys be smoking on? How much are like mind-altering substances, including cannabis, on a level? Are they included in the storyline, or is just the storyline was already there and it's like it just fits and makes sense? We
all have pretty vivid imaginations, and of course, like I said, your dreams. Anytime you dream, a lot of people, whether you smoke or anything, a lot of people have pretty wild dreams. We all usually do, And he wrote all this from a dream journal, but we've all kind of added our own creativity to it along the way. And of course, both of our artists are enjoyers of cannabis. I can't because I'm in the oil field. Once I move full-time Web3, won't be a big deal. But I have recently gotten into microdosing mushrooms. I think just all the health benefits from that. I'm part of another project, the Fungi High Club, which is big on psilocybin research because of the health benefits. Put you in a different mindset, a good mindset, PTSD, things like that people have can be cured with it instead of pharmaceuticals. But as far as really the storyline, like I said, it's just all of our creativity and then Pete's story that he already had coming together. And I have a creative mind, but I can't draw. Like, I'm a stick figure guy, So it's awesome that I've got Pete and Steve, because both of those guys can draw, as you can tell from the OG collection that's sitting at nearly 1 ETH.
I was gonna say and it eats up now. It's 14.5 almost.
I believe so, and that we actually have a couple on the floor for like 0.65. There's 2 of those, but then everything else is 1 ETH and above of that OG collection. So, and that OG collection is basically kind of like a VIP pass to everything that we're developing. So it's really big for those OG holders. But the Dracos, whenever they tried to cure this hermaphase virus, the cure actually created sterility between the Dracos, the hermaphites. Anything that came in contact with the cure is now sterile. And come to find out, humanity carries an ancient Draco leopard genetic marker in their blood that the hermaphites have found out if they can isolate it and splice it into their own DNA, it'll allow them to be able to reproduce. And that's why they keep coming back and visiting humans. Now, when I say visiting humans, all of humanity's lore, myth, legends, religion, a lot of the major things that's happened throughout our history are all tied to interactions with either Draco leopards or hermaphites. Hermaphites can actually shift to look like anything that they consume the DNA of, partly or in whole. So technically, they could look like, if they ate a cow and a human, they could look like a cow human. You get what I'm saying?
Man,
So
I'm gonna love
yeah.
hanging out with you guys.
Right?
Because it's some crazy extrapolation that is compounded with some emotion or distress, and typically your childhood, right, where you can express these amazing things, combine
Right.
it with some conspiracy access, and really educate without
Right.
saying a word, and I love it, right? I'm picturing I can't, because I'm looking at like this the 3D art and the animation and all that. Is that you guys as well, or are you a third party out that? Is that internal in-house team, or
The video, I actually made that video. The one that's up right now, I did that
the one that's
myself.
playing now? It looks, and it does have sound as well, you listeners. It's just it sounds off because we're talking, right? And it runs pretty good with no sound.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. DracoLeopardGang.io, as it's going across the screen, if you actually want to hear what the video's saying. We are, like I said, now the animation side, when we actually start the animated series, is going to be professionally done by an actual animators. These videos that are out right now are just ones that I've done myself. Of course, they're not really animated. They're stills, kind of tell a
Yeah,
story.
absolutely.
But so
Yep, stills with movement. It's all good.
absolutely.
No,
And what's that?
I said it's entertaining.
Yes, sir. And I'm doing my best on the storyline. I know the storyline, but Pete's way better at it. Hopefully, everybody can come into one of our spaces like we're doing tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, and maybe they can hear Pete tell it. But hermaphites, Dracos, they've been here forever. When I say myth, lore, legend, since a lot of times like Nephilim, angels, demons. You've had what's the sphinxes, things like that from Egypt. All these weird creatures, even as far as vampires, werewolves, zombies, all of these crazy things that humanity has told stories of for skinwalkers with Native Americans. These are all interactions.
Well, yeah, I mean,
with,
there's so many movies and shows about the
yes, sir.
variants, be it a mutation that led to it, be it that they were already here, be it that they're aliens, do they live in the center of the earth? There's documentation for a lot of it as well. But
Absolutely.
the mindset the average person goes through would be like, well, Stonehenge had to be aliens.
It's Dracos, buddy.
Or they had a mindset level to understand and knew how to collect hot air and sewed together woolly mammoth bladders and lifted the rocks a half inch off of the ground and pushed them there.
Right. Yeah.
But then that's
possible.
A hot air balloon at that time is the same thing as a spaceship, and they're on the pyramids. So,
of course, if you look at some of the ancient hieroglyphs, like from Egypt and some of these ancient civilizations, they actually drew helicopters in their hieroglyphs.
No,
exactly. You can see it clear as day.
Exactly.
Clear as day. So,
and is it a transversal rip? Is it a hollow earth theory, and volcanoes are the entries and levels?
Right.
And, is Atlantis under the Arctic? That there's data that shows there's fucking something there that's
right,
wide, massive, and not really explainable.
Right.
But what is it? We'll never know.
I mean, we're not allowed to visit Antarctica, so
yeah,
who
exactly.
knows?
Yeah, so you mean because it goes all the way through? So when are the Transformers coming out? You know what I'm saying? That's where I love what you're talking, because I've lived in the fantasy of as a kid playing Dungeons and Dragons, and surrounded by the artists, pretty much like all the things needed in an NFT project. That was my high school. Right. And then it's just those nostalgic times of things of interaction with people is lost, and then because of COVID, and now there's the capability of still being able to do the digital events, but encourage the in real and in life real events and things that just it's pretty amazing time that we're in, and I'm glad I'm there. That's for sure. Canna Queen, how are you? I brought you back on. I seen you yawning down there a lot. I figured I'd let you relax.
I am like literally falling asleep over here tonight. Is one of those nights where I can barely keep
Wednesdays
my eyes
does
open.
that to you.
I don't have any eyes right now. I don't know
It's
what's
that
going
first
on. I
four-
just like that first
That's-
420 has me
Mhm.
tired by this time of the day. Usually,
Absolutely
so
does.
and I have to blame the 600 milligrams of edibles that I ate within the last few hours. Like it's just got me
No,
so
that
ridiculously tired right
wouldn't
now.
have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
Sounds like
The
it's nappy
food I
time.
ate,
I'd
on
have done
top of
passed
the
out.
edibles.
She
Yeah,
takes
I'm literally
1,000
over here just
milligrams
like,
a
do you
day.
need me? Because if you don't need me, I'm gonna go pass out, I think.
You can go
But
pass
if
out.
you
Tell
need
Clinton
me,
have a good night.
yeah, I could stay for a little while. Maybe. We'll
Maybe.
see. Draco. I'm sorry, man. I'm so tired today. Like, and I've got to be up early again tomorrow. So I'm trying to like maintain the level of mentality that I can keep going. But at some point I have to just say, okay, it's time to stop. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is I told our community, because a lot of the NFT community smokes cannabis and stuff, and I told them, it's been like 20 years or something like that since I actually smoked, and I promised the entire community that on midnight for the 10K Dracos that I would smoke a joint with everybody. So there ain't gonna be no joint to it. It's gonna be like 2 hits, and I'm gonna be like you, ready to go to bed. I promise. I'm gonna ruin the whole night. Everybody else is gonna watch me sleep all night while they're minting.
Dude, just take a couple hits, you'll be just fine. 2 Chainz, he only takes a couple hits off his joints too. It's okay.
Well, with all this new stuff that's coming out, they have the energetic strains and things. I'm kind of curious to see what they would do.
I got a few for
Yeah,
you.
I mean, if it's been 20 years, we
Yeah.
just changed.
Yeah, a lot. And even back then, it was all that illegal homegrown stuff. So,
Yeah.
of course, living in Texas, we did get a lot of stuff from like across the border and things like that. That was just the way it was when I was a kid, when I was younger. It's all changed these days.
That is for sure. I just remember even the last 10 years, it's different than it has been. Like back then we'd get $70 eighths, and that would be like 10 years ago for the $70 eighth of like really good weed. And now, people are paying like $20 for the same eighth of that same strain.
Mostly what?
I know
Or
whenever
less.
I was a kid, and, actually was into smoking and stuff all the time, our treat was if somebody got Indian red hair. That was like the treat, or hydro. That was our treat, and that was it.
Yeah.
Everything
I
else
still
was just
remember, I
full-grown
think
skunk.
OG Kush was one of those ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Or if you had a buddy that was kind of a chemist and grew some weird crap that nobody knew what it was.
Yeah.
What do you do up there?
We
He
had
black
those
out?
too.
There he is.
There he
I
goes.
can't.
Oh, Mike,
I
you're on
can't
mute.
hear him.
Yeah, so the
There you
mic
are.
There you
mutes
are.
when it got unplugged, and it like doesn't move, but if it jiggles just right, and then it doesn't fold. I think that's how that little song goes, right? My money
Yeah.
doesn't jiggle, it folds.
Yeah,
I don't know.
there you
My daughter showed it to me. I was like, it was funny shit. Like, what are you singing? Fucking TikTok. I don't got to worry about it though. I'm all cannabis. I got banned opening up my account and in my description. So they said, sure, you could come in, but you're banned for 90 days. I said, why the fuck would I want to come in? So then I still went in and opened the account. I have a few followers, but I made one post successful. It was with hero packs, right? Because it's NFTs.
Right.
and leveling on that. And it didn't say anything. The only cannabis part is the logo has a leaf in it that you can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was surprised it even went through. I figured they had a radar on me because I straight said I'm going to come in here and talk all cannabis. Like, is what I do. It's fucking rock and roll.
And your band.
And they said, "Fuck no, you get out of here." So we got JYD. He says Black Widow for him. I've been smoking on some Elephant and some Jack Hare and some Free Pablo OG, some Alien OG, and then some of the Dan McCann, which is Ghost Sky Horror OG Blueberry Frost. So, but like I said, I've been rocking it since like 5 this morning, and then doing a bunch of AI work and building universes, literally. And yeah, it's pretty wild time. So, but we landed a lab here. Any of you guys in Missouri listening, come back through and listen to this. If you need testing on your product that you grow yourself, get with me. We got some cheap prices that we're going through on a promotion deal and new sponsor that we have coming in. So testing, they don't do metals, so you can't get a COA, but it's like a pre going into something. So like, for example, if anyone's listening that's growing in Mocana Cup or has legal means to get cannabis to Missouri, well, guess what? I don't have a medical license and I live in an illegal state. As is right now through legislation, you can get a medical license living where you're at, sitting in your seat right now, regardless of any state you're in. They don't require proof of address. It's age, period. It's constitutional, right? And how things are. So I've got a couple clinics that they do the onboarding. Anybody that needs a medical license in any state can get one in Missouri right now. You can then use that medical license in states connecting to you if you ride on a border, and now you can get cheaper price than a rec if that state doesn't have the same manner of you can get a license there as well. Most don't. You have to have a physical property, and not everybody has a friend to use an address to go get a license. You know what I mean? Right. Now in the world of crypto, everybody does. Like, that's the difference. Yeah. It's a whole different animal, and people are just learning how to, you know, even recognize it. But yeah, some of the next, well, we'll be talking off air. You just can't talk on air yet. I definitely talk to you about it, but not here.
Yeah.
And some we're built, you know, that's what we do, we build, but man, the powers that be, shit's happening on a level that people are finally understanding, because it's what they're already in a little bit, right? They got a taste of it, man. They finally understood at least a little bit of what's possible.
Yeah, well, the way I put it is, everybody out there that's always wanted to take control away from the powers that be, then crypto is exactly where you want to be, because that's exactly what crypto was built for.
No, and you can do it's through storytelling and education and all the things that people do for free. It's not that you got to stop doing the stuff for free, but it's a way to digitize it and offer it to the masses. And have financial freedom doing what you love to do, period. It doesn't matter what it is. It's what path gets to that final outcome that's creating revenue and profit. Right?
Yeah, and you take, like, even like with what we're doing with the animated series stuff, instead of letting some big studio have all the power, our community will have the power and will be part of it, you know, where we actually control what we put out and where those funds go back to the community instead of some big freaking network getting all that money, you know.
And tracked on blockchain through Ledger, instantaneously set up, instantaneous release. Like, it's all powered by a damn code. And it's people will catch on. I had an individual say, "Oh, crypto," referred back to when Bitcoin was 60,000, right? And then it's like, oh, and then it went down to 15, and now it's at 16. And it's like,
just wait.
You don't even know the moves that have happened between that $1,000, 15 to 16 back and forth that it's been doing, had
Yeah.
no idea what the people that are in it are doing with just that fluctuation.
Well, what I
Right.
tell people is when they're looking at that where it dropped, take your chart when you're looking at all the prices, look back at the entire history of Bitcoin. And it'll go to, before in the past, you know, it'd be like $5,000 and it'd go to 20 grand, and then it would drop to 4 grand, and then it would go to 30 grand, and then it would drop to 12 grand. It's going to do that, but it's constantly going up. Even with the drops, the next time it won't be 60,000, it'll be 100,000 it goes
Yep.
to. So people, you have to pay attention. You can't look at what's happening in the short term. You got to look at the whole picture and know, like right now with Bitcoin, if you got in on Bitcoin right now, I guarantee you next bull run, you're just going to make millionaires if you got the money to invest right now. Millionaires. This is stock market, anything you do. The down times is when millionaires are created, not the up times.
No, exactly. Exactly. I wanted to.
And you said you was talking about the code and everything else. People don't realize, like when they go to buy a Draco Leopard, they're basically getting it's a contract that's forever on the blockchain that this Draco Leopard will provide you with whatever is in our roadmap. It's a contract. You just signed a contract with us.
Exactly. Well, and
So-
then people aren't familiar with passive income through gameplay and tokenization, and you know, it goes to simple basics. When you look at the number of people who play games just play games on their phone, it's like 3 billion or something like that. And of that, how many, if were offered to be paid to play the same games, would play the games that pay them?
Yeah, you know, they spend a lot, like my kids spend a lot of money on stuff on like PlayStation that all it does is change the way they look, and they're spending 20, 30 bucks on it.
Exactly. And it's now, okay, so the gameplay systems like that, it's unlimited. So it just gets and gets and gets in the value. In the beginning, it's there, and then it dies out, and they just take more and add to it. And then it's a level of when you can quantify things, how much more value it holds, right? But that it's simple because we're in it, and that's where, like, I'm partnered with the Brainstorm panel. You're going to meet Trip if you haven't seen him, and he's so busy on crazy things. But you know, but when you're the first Bored Ape on an edible in the world,
Yeah,
you're busy.
you're busy.
Because he made that happen, right?
Right.
Because he's been a gamer in MMLRP, which is metaverse. It's just a different word. That's where the gaming part, like with our kids, okay? Do they build on Roblox? Do they build on
Like crazy.
All right. Do they build on Minecraft?
Yep.
Okay. Well, there's platforms that they can take what they've built and shift to those platforms and get paid for people playing on them, as opposed to Minecraft and Roblox getting paid for people to play on stuff that the creators are making. It's the same issue as you were talking in the movies, music. There's always that upper echelon, and that's what people don't grasp of the power of blockchain and why it's not going away, is because what can be done with it. And when a 12-year-old can go through and make art to take care of that individual and their family's longevity because of simple brilliance that can be captured and shared through a supporting community that have access to cryptocurrency.
Well, not to mention a great way to put it to people like the gamers that buy these skins and things. They do nothing but change the way you look in the game. You never get your money back for that. Now, what if, which this is basically NFT, what if you buy the skin and depending on its rarity, when you get tired of using it, you can sell it to somebody else for more than what you bought it for, either make your money back or make way more than what you bought it for, plus you got all that use out of it instead of it just being worthless and never using it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's unlimited. It's so many levels. And then there's a few individuals, they're just swamped because they do a bunch of coding for kids, right? But some government contracts needing aspects, connect the dots, right? And there's a few things that are going, but his whole thing is coding for kids and curating the managers of our future, right? Like, and they're at a level of understanding that a lot of the things that we can talk about and what's going on, a 13-year-old, to have someone my age, like my son could, if I didn't know what I'm talking about right now, could hear what I'm saying and break it down and lay it's this, and this.
My youngest boy, Garen, like we took him to the convention in Richmond, the last NFT convention. My whole family went, and he became the star of the entire convention because he's into all this stuff, and he's like, no, this is how it works.
This is why I become the star of where I go. I always got good weed on me, and now I can have it legally. There's a few states I just won't go in because their head's so far off their ass that I definitely will be, because I smoke a half ounce a fucking day.
Texas is still one of those states, man. I don't understand
bad.
it. But I will tell you this, I don't know if you know this or not, our ex-lieutenant governor, Rick Perry, he is a huge advocate for psilocybin and psychedelics.
Ooh,
and he's trying to get
that could bring in the cannabis, absolutely.
Yep, 100%. And he's trying to push it.
Other, play it for the cannabis for the people that want it. It's really just to get some proper medicine on some real levels,
Yeah.
Hey, and when it comes to, because that's their personal I don't give two shits as long as it's capability to have progressive movement.
You see what JRD was? He wrote.
He's hilarious. I like him, man. Look at this.
He's a strong member in our community.
NFT or scams? There are some for sure. There definitely are. You gotta watch yourself the same as your email. But there's more, in engagement things, like there's simple stuff. The platforms where they're at, very simple due diligence, a background check. Always do your homework before investing any money into anything. But when it comes to NFT projects, it matters what they're doing with it. So,
well, when they say that, I will say, not all. There are some NFT scams out there, but let me describe something to you, and if you tell me if this is a scam. Just by holding the Shemai crystals that we're doing, just by holding 3 of the Shemai crystal NFTs, we have a mining operation we're setting up, and you're going to get paid out quarterly. And the amount of money you can make is endless.
Explain mining. What do you mean a mining operation?
Okay, when crypto trades, there's what they call miners. It's something that will not go away because crypto doesn't work without miners. You pay a fee for a transaction, and it's called mining. And what that does is miners all over the world are handling all this data because you can't just have one central computer for it. It's too much. So when you set up a mining machine, you're taking a small percentage of that data and charging. You get a small percentage of that charge goes directly to your account.
Pretty much you're a transaction center. And then
yes.
Just to go a little deeper on it, if anybody listening, you need a mining rig, hit me up on channels. I know individuals that are building them. We've got plans of concepts with what's happening, like here in Missouri now, is incorporating hempcrete and the power of it in replacement of concrete, and what hempcrete does in carbon offset after it's set up. It still breathes and cleans the air, right? So there's levels of things that we can go through and actually carbon offset the power input required to run the mainframes of any energy that's from the grid that's not covered by the solar and wind to run it. So now it's, because that's one of people's arguments. It's a supercomputer, guys. That's supercomputers going through making that's your transaction center, and you get a piece of anything that goes through it. The bigger your supercomputer, the more transactions you get.
Well, just an idea of how much the mining machines that we are getting are top notch. If you connect 4 of those together at one time, you're looking at $40,000 in profit per quarter. 40 grand for 4 units. And by the time we pay out the first time to our holders, we're going to have 10 units running. So you can do the math. And all of it goes
And
back
then
to
what's
holders.
fun, like if you go through and you have the right setup and structure and foundation, it's going in. It's not just mining Bitcoin. It's mining any crypto, including the altcoin you make yourself. It's just is yours recognized by others to be mined and transact on a level. So you can systematically set up, and it's wild.
Yeah,
it blows
there's
my
a lot of
mind.
layers.
Let's see. But and this is a good reference. Basketball cards have a level of understanding that it does. Memorabilia does have some, but the value that's added to it is through other means that are normally more world aspect, like the profits of mining rig, profits of cannabis products, profits of the shirts being sold. While the ones that believed it in the beginning and got the OG status get free fucking clothes. They don't ever pay for shit. They promote it on everything else. They go and put their logo, because like what Draco Leopard's talking here, it's a, it's what's it called? The zero. Fuck. I'm stoned. I can't read it from my notebook right now. Because this is Tripp's lane on things, and I get to learn from him. Creative Zero is what this is. Creative Zero licensing. So it's where the art itself, and that's how Bored Apes, and that's
IP utilization,
and it's leveraging the IP. You own every right of it, what to go do with it. Some projects have caps of how much you can make before they get a piece of it. You can set it up however the hell you want. You can set it up however the hell you want. No, exactly. No, it comes.
You get 100%. And what people don't realize is you got to tie.
I like this. Hey, read that one. The store's going to go crazy.
The store is going to be crazy. Oh, yeah.
You don't even know yet. Or maybe he does. But no, that's why it's been a really good day. That's all I got to say. All right, man. It's been a really good day. We got some
IP utilization, Amazon. Think Amazon for IP rights. That's what we're working on.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yep. And it's just what token, who else recognizes your token, and all that takes is sit downs and talks of value, and the like it's wild.
It's tying IRL businesses to the NFT itself, where the holders are making money off the IRL business, not just a collector's item. So that's what you have to do to be
IRL
successful.
is in real life, just so you know.
Yes.
In real life. Yeah,
and Web2,
any business having its own reward wallet through an NFT project into crypto is a beneficial level that we don't even need. What aspect do we need to touch on? Sales acquisition, fucking copywriting, all these other things that you're paying for that you can have AI do, HR, fucking all the bill collecting, all that shit. All of it can be automated through a damn smart contract to do whatever the fuck you want. It's what do you want it to do?
Those of you that think NFTs are scams, for one, I would challenge you to come hang out in one of our spaces, get to know us, because you'll get a free NFT.
We're going to be bringing them in. We're going to be streaming Friday. It's going to be awesome. A collaborative space of a bunch of different projects. Both me, Canna Queen, we're going to be the guest speakers. You were in there on the Gorillas, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And
yes. And that's how we're going to bring people. They don't want to see. Well, you don't have to watch it, but we're going to bring it. We're going to stream it, and we can't talk here, stream it, and be in the room. Yeah. So you're just going to see a screen, and it's going to be fucking what Twitter looks like on a computer, and it's going to have a little box, and it can't get any bigger. And on YouTube, we tested it. You can see it on YouTube if you want to watch it, but watch it on Facebook. But through Facebook, crystal clear. YouTube, fucking garbage, man. So I wrote out to StreamYard to see if it was StreamYard, because the things, I'm using 3 devices, and it's pushing boundaries on what the system's wanting to do, but I'm having it because we're building it, because we're going to take it a little further than that. And we're going to be able to allow and immerse people into people's metaverses through streaming on a level, it's backwards. But this is while we're streaming in the metaverse. So we're simultaneously back streaming to both.
Yeah, I got you.
It's gonna be fucking it's gonna be wild, man. So
You know something else too. I just thought about that people, especially folks that think it's all a scam. You're all going to be living a scam then here pretty soon because you already own NFTs. You just don't know it. If you have a title to a car, if you have the title to your house, if you've ever signed a contract and you have it on paper, you own a in real life NFT, and all of those things are going to go to the blockchain and become NFTs in the next 5 to 10 years. You will not be able to own your house without having the NFT that goes with it at some point in the next 5 to 10 years. That's what it was set up for. So when you buy an NFT like what we have, you're getting a contract like a title to a business, and you get to reap the benefits of owning that contract with that business.
Yep, just for having it in your pocket, just for having it in your wallet. That's it.
Yes,
it's called
absolutely.
passive income. And there's so many ways. Just think of like motherfucking Chuck E. Cheese, but all the tickets that go and buy you some stupid stuffed animals can buy you a car, can buy you food, can pay a utility bill. It just matters whose fucking Chuck E. Cheese money is it and who accepts that specific Chuck E. Cheese money. Then maybe I have to go to this place to convert it and transact it from here to here. I have to pay that fee. To pay that fee, the miners make money. That's the point of mining. which makes sure
if you're in a project like ours, then when other people pay fees, you as the holder are making money off their fees also. So I mean, it's a big business if you treat it like a business, which we've got to where we don't even like saying NFT project, other than that's what everybody relates. It's actually a business. If you're doing it right, it's an NFT business, not a project. And everyone that buys your NFT is the investors in the business, just like any other business in the world. They all had investors, and those investors make money off of it because they helped you build the business. And that's exactly what we're doing. You just get a cool piece of art and a storyline and a cartoon and all those different things to go on top of the money you make from the business that you just invested in.
Yeah, it's that entertainment world we live in that the world's been conditioned to.
Well, just wait, man. Draco Leopards are going to be a household name, just like the Avengers or Superman or Spider-Man or anything like that. It's going to be the same thing. And you, as a holder, are going to have the IP right to your character. So if it's used in a toy, a cartoon, a comic, a T-shirt, you make the money off that IP right because you own that character. Instead of Warner Brothers owning Spider-Man, just imagine if you owned one of the versions of Spider-Man.
Exactly.
How much money you would have made. Same exact thing.
Absolutely. Now here before, because normally we run about an hour show, I wanted to see what you think here. I think I got it there. I got it open. All right. So, because it's like what you said, it's all in the storyline, right? The level of what's the story about, what is the purpose of what's going on, what are you going to do with it, right? And it's a level of a business plan. Where the fuck am I clicking? I can't even see these buttons. There we go. But that's called a roadmap, and it's a level of being able to be creative without being.
For those of you that don't know what a roadmap is, it's a business plan.
Exactly.
It's another name for a business plan, is what it is.
Exactly. And it's just, and you can be creative in it though, right? On a level where things that normally would run an investor off, it's that uniqueness level and layered upon layered upon layered of utility to make money, right?
Yes.
And he says they're making. Sorry, I was reading the comments. I missed a bunch of them. I'm the worst at looking at the comments with all the banners and do, because I got to do all this back end shit, and most have it done for them, but I can normally run shit pretty good. Well, it's for making your own digital currency, but then also on other digital currency, but while making transaction rates of everybody else spending the billions of dollars at what's spent in currency. But then it's like if you're looking on the leverage of how many trillions are spent through the regenerative finance that's actually looking at saving the world, that is crypto and it is NFTs and it's not an MLM, it's a leverage of a currency, right? Like,
Right.
so if it was if cryptocurrency, ADHD was a scam, because NFTs only run, they're just does one need the other of the things where it is, which one's more important? It's not. It's a fucking could be a battle that's pretty fun to listen to, actually, when you can hear the level of opinionated and learn from both, right? They both complement each other and can run independently of each other as well.
Yes, they can.
What is the currency? It just happens to be the best that's on the level of interaction and so many other levels. So many things are just here now, no bank level needed. No, you don't have to wait till something open. There's so much control that you have with your assets. Right?
Yes.
It's a whole different animal, right? And it's just, you got to get to know it. But if it was bad, if all these things were what it is, then why is the US dollar backed by it? As a
paper money.
December 14th of last year, the US dollar is backed by cryptocurrency. So what does that mean?
Well, American dollars, it doesn't matter what country you're in, your paper money is the biggest scam that's ever been perpetrated on humanity, because there's nothing backing it, period, other than the government saying it's valuable. With crypto, we say it's valuable and set its value as people.
Why was it not showing? I'm trying to show you the planets that I got 42 planets, so you've got a lot of interaction. We're gonna have some fun talk on things. I've been able to take time, but it's not connecting to my wallet. Maybe because I'm on StreamYard and it's not allowing me.
It may not let you because of the connection.
Because it
issues.
opens up and shows, and I wasn't already in it when I went in. Well, I just like knowing these things. I should still be able to search. So, yeah, there we go. I could still do it. I'll navigate around it. All right, so here's the planets. That is just the OG one. That's the basic one, just for I got to shift that fucking thing up. It's fun just having to adjust all this shit. But yeah, so here I've got 42 different planets, one for each of the strains, the hero packs, right? And then there's land plots within it, and then different types of land plots for royalty perspectives of products from each planet.
This is your metaverse thing?
These are the worlds, or so, at least what the AI said. It's all AI. I did it all for an AI. The AI did the writing for me of me talking to the AI, telling it what I wanted. I'd take that into Mid-Journey, and then I, made it, changed little things, and was able to get 42 different planets and different names, and some of them are silly. It's whatever the fucking AI said, and it's a simplicity aspect that draws it. But yeah, each of these planets are going to have 11 different sectors with plots of land of 11 different buildings, from basic land to up to a castle, limited of so many in each plot. And then once hierarchy of said plot is constructed, then they can actually start growing on a level, and we'll have our altcoin by then. And it's, then it goes into tokenomics and all the fun things, but profits of the residual, the store itself, right? They don't, like you've got your mine and things, that they get a profit of the store itself. And all products that's sold in it, and the whatever people like that's bought at it from all the other events that we're doing. It's just people that are, like, where you call them investors, right? Because they absolutely are on what can be received. The return on investment on something is just unbelievable, right? It's like, I told you last week's show, may not have heard, we're partnered with Seattle Hemp Fest. Okay. I can go, I should have them. Yeah, we got them right there, right above you with the dragon. Let's see, where are they at here? There we go. We can see them good there. So if you guys don't know who Seattle Hemp Fest is, go check out Monday's show. I believe it was, right? Maybe it was Friday last week. I don't know. My days have merged. But go see who they are and what they do, And we're merging them in here to Missouri, ADHD, if you're still here, in September. And that was going to be outside Kansas City. So it says you sounded cray. Oh, no, I've only been talking about the rapper, bro. I mean, you might think I've been saying a lot of things and there are a lot of words, but I've only been describing the rapper of what the actual is there, man. That's it. Like, it's fun, but yes, it does sound crazy. So when I get Trip together, it's a fucking trip because he'll be taking me on rides because it's just taking motherfucker on roller coasters, right? Can they handle it? Do they throw up, get off? Are they scared? Right? A lot of it's a fear thing, and it's propaganda geared and lack of knowledge. But that's in anything. Most people who smoke cannabis don't know the most important part, regardless how great medicine is that monoterpenes and replacing our fucking ozone and stopping UVB radiation. That is the most important and integral part of the plant for the planet, for every one of us, for the longevity of anything. And I probably sound crazy, right? But it's that level medicine, at least with medicine, at least with ready, because the dollars come with it. And that's where, now we'll recognize, and that's fine if that's what it takes to get there. But the capacity of the lack of education exists on all realms.
That's the biggest thing with crypto and NFTs is the lack of education with people. They don't understand how it works. They're scared to find out, just like people were when the internet came out. They thought it was a scam. Same exact thing. We're just moving to a new type of internet and a new type of currency. That's all. And one you can have more control over.
This guy.
Laugh out
I
loud.
like JYD, but he's fun, man.
Yeah.
Well, we got a fucking 12 more minutes before 420 again. I'm down to make it to another 420. I need to get some more flour though, so I'm gonna throw a video on. Gets a little shout out to the sponsors, and then that'll give me time to grab some more flour. And I have the papers here, so flour and a grinder. I have plenty of time to do that. Somebody said that they really liked the intro when it came in. That music is from a music NFT. All of the music that I'm playing in and on the here recently, Chills isn't immersed in the NFT world like he's going to be, but Louis, any of the music you hear in the background, they're all NFT artists. The music and the connection I met them through was NFTs, but their music and their album, all of their albums came with the OG NFT. I never have to pay for a single piece of music of anything he makes forever because it's there. But maybe, you need a level of like licensed therapeutic help. There's projects for that. Psychiatric level mental health therapists, licensed doctors, all right? And you people, when they need those, which mental health, a lot of people need them, all right? You gotta go and you go see a psychiatrist, and that shit costs you $350 minimum, all right? Then you got to keep coming back. It takes 3 months for this, that, or the other. Now you're $3,500, $5,000 in the hole. Okay, an NFT into the right project, which is called Crypto Mortgage, but I don't know, with crypto up now, it's probably $250 for one of their NFTs for unlimited psychiatric mental health check-ins and sit downs and connection through Discord and phone calls and these other systems. Like, that's the power of NFTs.
There's a ton of opportunity.
If you have a phone in your hand, you have access to it. It's just what are these things being built for, pivoted, and navigated into, and then the billions of dollars within that's on the play of it, where is that being put to help the other issues, while the NFT is creating solutions as it perpetuates. So it's just it's a fun movie world. That's why I like
NFTs are
working like
also
NASA, because like NASA, they've got their own. They're working with Copernic Space. Okay, if ADHD is still here, there's NFTs going to the moon. Okay, this isn't fake stuff. There's the digital payloads being loaded now, and if you need it, holler at me. What's up, Vicky Kitty? And I'll guide you in the right direction where you could take a digital piece of artwork, pay for a seat, and have it shipped to the fucking moon, and then fractionalize it on a level of, fractionalization is a whole different animal. It's like it's an ant farm of rabbit holes, right, Draco? The crypto world is infinite utility.
There's a ton of projects that are doing great things for the world too. Like, just for example, 10% of everything that we're going to make off the Draco Leopards is going to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So, there's lots of opportunities to do good things for the world through it too.
Yeah, and 10% of what Hero Packs does is going to of Africa and saving malnutrition lives with hemp seed oil. But also as a case study to be brought to the Philippines, because I've been working for a Filipino, Jojo Sason, who happens to be NASA's physical therapist expert for space travel. So, and you get engaged with individuals that are that level, and then have charities. And I got to be the videographer of the first American vet to receive a Filipino Congressional Medal of Honor ever in history, right? And it was for the Battle of Gulf Lafayette and the liberation of the Philippines in World War II. And they just finalized their last bench and raised $35,000 already for the memorial that's going up in Kankakee, Illinois, and is to honor vets, World War II level, but then also animal cruelty, because they had a dog named Eleanor. They found him in Laos, and then he snuck it on board, and then they went and found later, but then they voted to keep the dog on board, finished the war. On the way back to the States, somebody threw the dog overboard, and it fucked him up more than the war did. And it was just too, animal cruelty is bullshit, and it's just PTSD on a level. People have no idea what caused somebody. Who would think the loss of a dog, right after a war, like, where the things that would cause a person to snap is what it is, because you don't know another person's pain, and on a level of why and how deep it may go, regardless of what superficial you may see or you think may cause it, right? And it's just that commonality, and how cannabis heals so much, mushrooms as well, at the right dosage, and knowing your own system, and knowing there's a bunch of them out there, and which way to take it. I smoke. I don't do dabs. I can take edibles, and I smoke joints. Everything else, bongs, all that stuff tears me up from a life of tearing itself up. Right? It goes through. There's just certain methods where people take stuff, and with shrooms, it's the same thing. Is it you going through and doing it dry? I'd rather it be condensed and nanite extracted and water soluble, and take it in an energy shot. Right. And that's the world where things like that. It's just where you get it manufactured, who you have and package it. Because
and then of course you got stuff like kratom. I take kratom myself.
I've never taken it, but I've heard great things.
I had a problem with pain pills, and kratom is natural. And if you have a problem with opioids, get you some kratom. It's 100% natural, and I promise you can get away from them with a natural substance.
Hell yeah! All right, well, I gotta get weed before it's 420, and then we'll do another 420 smoke out and call it a night. So I need to play this video. This one's going to be for the Jack Hair. I call my strain Jack Terror because I was taught the name is, it's pronounced terror, like terror, not Jack Herrera. So Jack Herrera is not the proper way to recognize one of cannabis's godfathers. His last name is pronounced Harer. And so I made my Jack Harer a rabbit. His name's Jack Terror. And in the video, you will see an outside plant that is a monster crop. It did some crazy shit. I put it in it didn't come out of re-veg, and I went wacky. Still delicious, but it was a pain in the ass. I had to trim. It was like giant watermelons, a leaf and overgrowth and shit, and I had to trim it out, and then it looked like a baseball fucking mitt with fingers and shit, just knobby, man. Like, and I just had to, because it was outside. But then there on the video, there's also it shows a canopy of it grown indoors, and yeah, it's a pretty fun plant. But the music behind it is Louis. His song, its name is I forgot. So I'm just gonna play it, and then we'll be back to smoke. So this is a Jack Terror from hydrogenetics. Lineage is Jack Terror, that I used to call Jack Terror, but that's wrong.
Yo, bro, it's gonna be lit, man. I got mad girls outside. What are you doing?
I'm just trying to figure this. I'm trying to finish this project.
Nah, bro, stop that, bro. You've been working all day long. Sometimes you need to take a break to get the inspiration to finish what you gotta finish.
I really do have to finish this.
Bro, you don't need to finish that, bro. Put this pencil down. Take this paper. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I need you to be out. You know what I mean?
Fuck it.
Bro, for you, man, you deserve it.
Alright,
Let's be out, man.
Let's go.
That's
right.
Wait.
Yeah. Man, when I get up here, I feel alive. Yeah. Know that, gotta keep that head up. We young, so we fucking shed up. Chasing happiness and cheddar. Believe me, I do not know better. 24 years old, I'm writing this letter. For the people who are struggling, man, just keep your head up. It's gonna get better. Just don't give up. Remember that I'm with you. There's no I, it's just us. Party till tomorrow is a must. I will bring the shorties, just bring liquors, no discussion. I do this with some love and then some passion. I never hold grudges, I move past it. I lasted this long, I gotta grasp it. Know that, gotta keep that head up. We young, so we fucking shed up. Chasing happiness and cheddar. Believe me, I do not know better. Know that, gotta keep that head up. We young, so we fucking shed up. Chasing happiness and cheddar. Believe me, I do not know better. But I do this with my soul and with my mind. I'm just trying to figure this shit, am I right? I feel like I got it, sometimes I'm feeling blind. But I'm positive, always one of a kind, yeah. I'm on the grind, and I see the signs. I'm all about mine, don't stay behind, I'm gonna get signed. Because I'm defined, always being kind. I'll pray out of love, and homie, you'll shine. I keep to myself, like a book in the shelf. If you do not know me, so just keep to yourself. And I'm about to go, and I'm about to roll. And I am like, whoa, you know I just flow, stay high, never low. And I'm about to celebrate, I'ma honor my soul. If foreigners war since 4 years old, always chasing gold. Not talking about money, talking about my soul. While some people asleep, I'm in my zone. Know that gotta keep the head up. We young, so we fucking shut up. Chasing happiness and shut up. Believe me, I do not know better. Know that gotta keep the head up. We young, so we fucking shut up. Chasing happiness and shut up. Believe me, I do not know better. 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 And if I let her, she might come. And she gets wet any rain comes. I'm in tech, I don't need no. I cannot stop, so I just go. Know that gotta keep that head up. We young, so we fucking shut up. Chasing happiness and shut up. Believe me, I do not know better. Know that gotta keep that head up. We young, so we fucking shut up. Chasing happiness and shut up. Believe me, I do not know better. Shamla.
That was my boy Louie. So you guys, he will be getting an invite out to the physical event Mocana Cup happening here in September. The definitive date will be released soon. And if you know any other music artists that need, on a level, this is a cannabis event that is heavily going to be ran by the influence of the power of capabilities of Web3, period. So, regardless of individuals' feeling towards NFTs or crypto, stay tuned.
Yeah, definitely.
Something massive enough to handle, Seattle Hemp Fest from a rebound of not having their events that get 100,000 people each time. You see, so, and that's going to be coming to Missouri. Now, the magnitude of what they can handle, at least on the average, no issues, is 10, 15,000. But, they've got capabilities to push the limits on a lot more. So, it's fucking amazing. You'll know before the listeners, but that's the name of the game when you network in the NFT world, I guess.
Network to get work.
But yeah, we got some real fun things that we'll do more promotion on Twitter and all that, because it's where the traction's at. So, you don't push the things that don't go with the places that they don't like. Facebook would rather have people, fucking coughing and hacking and blowing snot and shit, right?
That's my real life behind me.
Yeah, you're out on an oil rig, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Oil rig, man. Now, how long you stay out typically at a set time?
I've been out a month so far. I've still got a couple weeks to go on this one, but usually 2 weeks at a time.
Gotcha. So you run a lot on like a military contract schedule.
Yeah, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off is what we run normally.
Yeah, you've had to be out there fixing shit. Everybody blames it on the retrograde. I don't know what it is, but damn it, let's get cannabis in Texas.
Yeah.
And make it a little bit more tolerable, because it gets fucking hot down there too, man.
Man, I love my state, man. Born and raised. Only time I ever spent away from here is when I was in the military, and if we can ever get some of the laws changed, loosened up on some of the stuff, it'll be the people here.
A bunch of different places. I couldn't wait to get the fuck out of Texas and Oklahoma. It's just like a fucking desert, man.
You've been to the wrong part then, because where I live at.
Absolutely. And there's great spots in all of them, and when we have our Learjets, but they'll run on fucking some other. We'll have some specialty hemp. There you go. We'll have some specialty hemp running in Learjet. We can do with a helicopter. We can do it with a helicopter real easy. So we'll just do it with a helicopter. There's plenty of vets, helicopter license. a boom, 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 rock and roll, drop some food off, pick up some fucking used vegetable oil from the same places you're dropping off the food. So you're taking garbage, dropping off high quality shit, increasing food price. Man, there's so many layers of things that already an NFT in the metaverse makes it such an like crazy things like that are simple to connect the dots because the avenues have already been paved. It's just how do you leverage what a ledger is and other things like that. So
what service you can provide to other people and then they trade their service for your service. It's a huge networking opportunity people don't realize.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, it's fun. But anywho, it was a blessing, man. Thank you for joining. We'll be bringing you back. And yeah, always on updates and fun little things, and especially when we start dancing around in the metaverse and some silly shit that you can even do out there on the oil rig. And I'm going to teach you the pathway to it. And then we're gonna blow the fucking world up. But it's a metaverse, so it's not. We're gonna save this planet while we're blowing other shit up. It's a fantasy worlds, and it's just it's simple little things like leveraging these bridges that are available for our kids' fucking Minecraft and Roblox fucking shit that they've built already. Okay,
right.
You can download the code. There's platforms you can upload it in, and Polka's one that is. The tokenization within it and what they're already passed into and their roadmap. It's the partnerships and the relationships that are made along the way that it's some fun shit. It really is. So I look forward to it. Look forward to learning more on the Dracos, bringing it in.
We got a business relationship now, so.
Well, yeah, and a lot of the Draco stuff, it's going to be more Twitter spaces that are going to be promoted here on this podcast and then broadcast out to Facebook channels and Instagram and then recorded on YouTube as well. So it's just like a double layer recording, but meeting people where they're at. That's all we can do. Like we have 5 people on here. I know the answer to one is one. Crypto. Who has a wallet? Who has a wallet that's live right now? If you're listening on Twitter, you need to hop your ass to YouTube or Facebook, Honeycomb Hydro LLC. If you're not following it, it's all right. I see your name again, and then you're not. Shame on you. Shame on you. But who's got a wallet? If you got a wallet, that means you have a Twitter account. So go DM me on Twitter your wallet address, and I'll send you a hero pack. I already know you fucking... JYD, man, I already fucking know you do. You're rocking a Draco. Shut your face. I like this guy, though. JYD, Honeycomb Hydro. Honeycomb Hydro, man. Honeycomb Hydro on Twitter. That's I. So go ahead and DM me your wallet there. And I figured Crypto Zerk you did as well. Send the wallet address, man.
Yeah, Crypto Zerk's part of our community also.
5 year. I'm hoping Ryan's got one. He hasn't asked me for help yet. Ryan, do you have a fucking wallet yet? I want to invite you out here. He's in Missouri. I'm gonna kick his ass. Ryan, he does it. God, I love you still, man. Well, when you need seeds, come on down. We'll get you a wallet while we're doing that, and we'll do the most secure thing you can do, and is write it down on a piece of paper. At least that's what I thought it was, and like put it in a fire safe. No, motherfucking Trip. This dude, he has some security levels. He's got multiple parts of the code. It's all scrambled, and multiple parts of the code are in different places in the United States, man. I'm like,
holy cow.
Well, when things are worth 6, 7, 8 figures, what do you do?
Yeah.
And it's safe wallet, and but it goes for the business because everything's ran through its token now. It's beautiful.
I'm that dumbass that takes screenshots of my passwords and stuff.
Right. Do you save it within EXIF metadata eraser? Because then you just got to run it through an app and clean it, and then you're okay, other than when you send it to wherever you're sending it. So the phone you could take a picture with a dead phone. There you go. That runs on
Yeah,
Wi-Fi, and you could clean it with an EXIF metadata eraser. But I don't. That's a lot of fucking work.
A lot of work.
Then you lose the phone and you're fucked.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing. What if the battery dies and they don't make that battery for that phone anymore? Like, who the fuck? So, yeah, his has on indestructible shit, dremeled in, like buried, hidden. Like, this is awesome. I'm like, you got a treasure map? He's like, fuck yeah, I got a treasure map. I'm like, this is unreal. You do what for a living? Right? Like, you're Kevin Hart's fucking dev? What? But it's not real. You know, I'm definitely getting in on those NFT release. I want all the content that Kevin Hart recorded through COVID. Animated? Huh. Pretty interesting. Wait, what are you doing, Draco Leopard? You're animating some stuff? Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting, right? Like, and then when people actually, because of holding, have capability of voiceover and their characters being in it and all kinds of different levels of awesome shit that they can do from sitting on their ass, man, the world. I like I said, I look forward to it. So we'll definitely have more conversations. I wish Carrie was here. She didn't get a shooter sesh pass, but you guys will get to hear that tomorrow. You'll also get to hear about hero packs on a level that you haven't, because it hasn't been pushed here. It's not to be offensive, but a level of pointless when it comes in on reaching to the magnitude. But it's absolutely essential for onboarding and creating a place where people can come in. But we do have guests that are a step in deeper than, or further than ways deep in immersion. But it's just like the CEOs and CFOs and CMOs that we're going to be pulling on here through the remainder of the 2 months, and then probably same broadcast schedule of 3 times a week until September, right? Because what can be done with that. And yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. So you'll have a place to come on, and those meetings are going to be intimidating as fuck to most. And there's some people I'm trying to get on. Oh, they're fucking brilliant. And then we can bring JoJo on, and we can have a neuro-linguistic programming seminar, and people will just go, what the fuck is going on? And not realize shit. Normally, you'd have to pay like $2,500 for what just happened. You know what I mean? And your life be changed. Everybody on a level, because of what certain things can be to those that are, on the receiving nature. So we'll get you past all the NFT fritters and anything like that, and get questions answered, because we have a place to send you. It's the brainstorm panel, and cyberspace.io is going to be an access into all of those things. Cyberspace is right there. It's featured in Crypto magazine as cyberspace.io, but he's also the first Bored Ape, and that's not in the physical magazine because it's all about crypto. But 1.3 million a month, not bad for a magazine.
No, it's pretty good.
Yo Expedite, I was about to close out, but do you have a crypto wallet?
Expedite is our Discord dev.
Oh, perfect, because I need to learn some more Discord. Nice. Honeycomb Hydro on Twitter before I close it into a video. Send me your fucking wallet address. Sorry. Send me your wallet address. If it is the .eth, I can copy and paste that into Ether Scan and get your wallet address to properly send it to you. But if you send me the number, that's cool too. But if your name on Twitter is your wallet, I don't care what it says is your fucking name. People act like I'm stupid. They act like I'm stupid when I ask them, like, well, you just got a fucking stone, I can't open my eyes. You think I'm some fucking idiot? And it's like, man, I don't care what that is. If you want to send me that same fucking thing in this place, I'm telling you to send it. I don't care what it says on your fucking name. Who's to say that's even your wallet?
Right.
You can send it somewhere else and double verify if you're going to send it to the wrong place, or just like, it's not too much to ask. People just don't get where I'm asking from, and it's all in the perception level, right? I can't be mad at them. I can bitch about it now because I'm so stoned. I ain't slept. I'm gonna hit it hard, but I'm back up at fucking 4:20 in the morning, Central Standard, right? So, but I also built, man, 128 different plots of land, 7 different variations that incorporate different royalty percentages within each planet. Now, I was only able to create enough for one planet, but oh man, it's some. I got some fun stuff that it just takes time, right? And one thing lands and another can fucking take off to go to back exactly what it is.
Sweet. Web3 is a lot of work. For those that don't know, it is a lot of work.
I know you sent it. I know you sent it here, but if you could send it to me on Twitter, please. I know you got one.
I'll send it. I'll get your account.
Then make him do his own fucking work, man. You're working hard enough.
Well, I'm talking about. I'll send him your Twitter account.
Honeycomb High. He can do this. He can do this, man. We got to get others to do it. He's a Discord manager. He can fucking do this. All right. Expedite. You go to Honeycomb Hydro. It's spelled just the way it sounds. Honeycomb. It's right above the head.
It's right up there.
See that Queen logo with Honeycomb Hydro, just so you know, Expedite, that was designed by the original lead singer of Journey. So the same guy that wrote Wheel in the Sky designed that logo and my Camp logo, which is right above here. I'm kind of blocking it here. So both those logos are designed by Robert Fleischman. A lot of people think Steve Perry was the original. No, he was not. I don't care how big of a fan you are of Journey. It's inaccurate. Go look it up. Steve Perry came in second year. All right. Robert Fleischman is on the fucking square in Hollywood. And it's just, I've had some people get their feelings fucking hurt because they were a huge Journey fan. And he's like, no, it's this is Steve. I can't convince you if you're not going to just fucking look it up. And then he did, and he was fucking pissed. But I had really good weed, so we smoked and we laughed about it, But, it's being able to get things like that and all these things are coming together, and it's going to be really, really, really fun here. September. Actually, they've got an event where they're going to be hosting, well, I'll say officially when that is signed, which will be Thursday.
Well, man, I'm fixing to have to cut out of here, brother.
Yep. You take off. I'm hanging up. I'm throwing a video on, so if you want to watch it, you can. If you've got to go, that is good. Anyone listening, thank you for joining. Make sure you send me your wallet and Twitter, and I will hit you out with a hero pack when the gas fees are. It might not be too bad right now, so I'll check them out.
Thanks for having me on, man. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for being on, and we'll definitely talk soon. I'll see you in the spaces, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, no problem. All right, you guys, I'm going to throw on. Let's see. Let's go to some Chills, so you guys will be able to hear Chills. He's from St. Louis. We'll be pulling him in here to the Mocana Cup event. That was one of the musicians. And then continue to help with the curation of his music NFT project. Well, blockchain ledger, if you want to call it that one and not call it an NFT project. His blockchain ledgers. So this is Mocana Cup Jawbreaker. Yep, the song, is it Blown Potent? I think it's Blown Potent, but it might be another one. I don't know. I'm fucking stoned out of my mind. So my brain is fried. Communicating with AI for 24 fucking hours straight, making crazy, awesome, magical shit. Here we go. I think I did it. All right, you guys. When this goes off, I'm going to shut it down. Thank you for joining every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. MK PotCast. See you guys here on the next one. Hey there, Camp fam. Thanks for joining another episode of MK PotCast.
I'm your host, Michael Kamp, and today we are going to be showcasing Jawbreaker. So Jawbreaker is one of the strains that can be grown in Mocana Cup. If you haven't heard about Mocana Cup, it is a digital growing competition. Registration to become a Canna contender in Mocana Cup closes in 2 weeks.
No, it's been closed, guys. We've already kicked the plants to flower, so we're going to be doing some heavy voting here on the last 4 weeks or so that you're going to be wanting to get engaged, because the community and the voters also get part of the prize pools. So, see, look, product placement, guys. How you support it. I made that video so it could have more views, and this was the shirt that I was given, and that's how I said thanks, because their products kick ass. So if you're in Missouri, you ain't hit smoke from Blue Sage. The experience, at least, of the one over here by Springfield is, well, heading towards Joplin. I forgot what town it's in, but it's I like going in and getting shit out of a jar. I like the appeal of it and the opening and all that, but I don't like that the longer it's in the jar, it degradates, and I'm cool with that. That's why I like Grove bags. So I didn't say anything on the sponsors, so might as well, we'll hit it hard in the beginning on the first. But Hero Packs, guys, is your discount code. I'll throw the fucking banner. Where's the banner? There's the banner. There's a few of the places it's a discount for. Use them if you need it. Fish shit, 20% off. MJ Arsenal's 15, and 7% at Grove Bags, 10% at Newt Tools. I got to get with John at Sohum and a couple other companies that had been very busy creating some amazing things you guys will be hearing about soon. So. Back to the video. Much love, guys. See you on the next one.
Also, you can find out all kinds of information about it at www.mocanacup.com. And this video is going to, like I said, showcase Jawbreaker, which is one of Huckum Hydro LLC's featured genetics, and it is lineage is Fruity Pebble OG. So the music you're going to be listening to is from my man Chills. He's an artist from St. Louis. The song we're going to be listening to is called No Regrets. And you can find him on most of your music platforms and Instagram, all that good stuff. Chills HQ, that's CHILLZ HQ. And you can go listen to some of his other music. I wanted to give a shout out to our great sponsors. None of this would be possible without them. We've got Fishhead Farms. A lot of you know them as Fish Shit. MJ Arsenal, Grove Bags, Newt Tools, A of Africa, Hero Packs, Canna Camp, Suede Soul, Abigail TV, Abigail University, the ABA in general, Kindway Farms, Kindway Consulting. I know you're going to enjoy the music and the footage, so let's get down to it and see what Jawbreaker's all about.
The biggest poison in us is regret.
I blow on the best, I roll on the best. When you roll with us, you roll with the best. We got them like Lord, they calling us blessed. Came up from a slave, I put them chains on my neck. We started the wave, we showed you the way. We opened the gates, we gave you the place. Now on to the next, let's run up a check. If you gonna do it, gotta do it to death. Got my name in the press, now niggas is pressed. I put in the work, oh how they forget. My life was a mess, deserving the flex. Got one life to live, can't live with regrets.
Are you doing the things that are putting you in a position to succeed? Not just in a business world, but in life. Stop complaining. Nobody's listening. They may pretend they're listening.
Fuck playing it safe. I live life to the fullest. Gon' go out a legend. Got the pictures to prove it. Used to trap out the Buick. Put that back in the music. Flipped it in royalty checks. Now we got it moving. Check my year to date. How much did I make? Take half of the growth. Put that in the bank. 3 shows in a month. What was the take? I book them myself. The fuck should I wait? Bitch, get the fuck out my face. Not hearing what you trying to say. Can't kick it, you ain't trying to pay. Not coming, I can't smoke a J. The house used to smell like a barn. Back then we was smoking on hay. Now that we set off alarms, so loud I might catch me a case. Chills.
You're more than welcome to tell me about how bad it is, or why you can't, because, or what, but it's just not true.
What the beast of the earth. They are fighting. While the beasts of the earth still feed off the
Let me show you something.
We can get burly remarks and dots. You can't stay the king of the parking lot. I don't stay scared if you bark a lot. Spend too much time around parks and shots at the park in the dark with the heads hang low. When the primo smoke to wash out your clothes and the weed don't smoke. Done failed your test. Violation, probation, the case can't rest. Violation of the nation face down in this mess. Corporation, motivation with the police confess. Manufacturing the product of criminals. They don't try to hide it subliminal. The products in the pocket of the prison hole. And we are the product, they sell back our souls. We are the prophets and hell as it goes. We are a populace who fell to the ghosts of the prophets. Prophets in prison of luck. War on drugs is driving the stock. Said the war on drugs, this was driving the stock.
Let's go. Let me show you something.
Don't leave me.
Let me show you something.
Don't leave me.
Let me show you something.
Don't leave me.
Let me show you something.
Don't leave
Beast
me.
of the earth still feed on the poor. Some teachers are preachers are keepers of love. While the beast of the earth still feed off the blood. Some teachers are preachers are keepers of love. While the beast of the earth still trample the blood. In prison projects, fill prison pockets. To the prison projects, the prison pockets. The light and the might, bring a sight to the blind. Spit love in the mud, clean your eyes in the shrine. Power to the people screaming fuck all the lies. Cause the prison to the sequel is a fucking hate crime. Citizens of the earth band together to the lies. And the truth sets us free, you are cleansing their eyes. Bring wars and greedy men, fight wars for greedy men. The poor still bleeding in the war of beasting men. Important priests and sin, religion buried in. The blood is deepening, the love is creeping in. Divorce and the force is the course that we're married in. Choose to refuse, see the tombs of the buried men. Views they confuse while they choose what they carry and proves that the truth is the most still win.